everybody, what's going on? Glenn here, and today I've got Geek Fuel to unbox for you. Geek Fuel is another $25 box. Again, not something I get every single month. Sometimes I'll take a month off or so, but I tend to come back to it because one of the things I enjoy about Geek Fuel is that it is one of the only boxes that's a true mystery non-themed box. It's a general geek box. So you don't really know what you're going to get. It's not spoiled a lot, and it generally is just a very nice box to get because it usually has cool stuff. It usually has exclusive stuff. Sometimes it's all exclusive items, but it's not. There's no particular theme, so you don't really have an idea of what you're going to get. And I like that. A lot of people don't like that anymore in the subscription boxes, but I like the occasional mystery. Even if I get burnt on it, if I don't like the box in general, I like that mystery part of it, and I'm paying a premium for that. So I like Geek Fuel, so let's get into the April box. The thing about Geek Fuel is always very professional. You know, it's put together well. It's got your nice lining. It's it's generally packed very solidly. I've never had a damaged item in a Geek Fuel. I don't think. All right. We'll start. They put their magazine up front. This one has Mario on the cover, Mario Kart in particular. Geek Fuel puts out a pretty good magazine. It's comparable to the other ones that you see from Loot Crate, etc. This one, without getting into the items, talks about Mario Kart, talks about South Park, the new game coming out that actually has been delayed, a little Doctor Who, little Darth Vader. So there's quite a few things going on. They have their gift guide as normal, which is some cool pricey geek gifts that you can look at, and then of course their wall of pictures and bloggers and let's see, anybody I know. There's Stephen Higgins right there in this month's Geek Fuel. Anybody else? Don't see anybody else that looks familiar to me. Not looking that closely. But, so, very cool. Good magazine. I like it. Alright, as is tradition, they usually have a downloadable Steam game. In this case, it is Dwarf Run. And I'm not usually they throw a $9 value on this, but my opinion is always it's only $9 value if you would go to Steam and pay $9 to get this game without this box. Most of the games you would. Most of the games are, they're only being, they're only giving them to you because they're in this box. So I don't really put a value on that because without this in the box, I would just go through the box and I wouldn't be like, well, let me go check out some Steam games. And this one would be one I would look at. Not necessarily true. What I do like in this case is that they put the code on the back of a card so that those of us dummies in YouTube land aren't showing you by mistake the code and for the free game. So again, I might check it out. I usually end up giving these to my niece who's on Steam a lot, my older niece, to check them out for me and see if they're worth playing. So I'll probably do that again in this case. So I also like when Geek Fuel attaches an item to the game, like a keychain or something like that. They didn't do that in this case, but I dig that there's a card involved. That way, you can just give it to somebody. All right, we've got a blind bag. This is Deadpool collectible minis, and it looks like they're in like a bubble, like a little display case. So let's check this out. You can kind of see on the back all the different ones. And there's a mystery one as well, a chase character, so to speak, which should be more limited than the other ones. So let us see. That's kind of a cool package it comes in, keeping it all fresh and minty. Alright, looks like I got the Chef Deadpool. These are cool little figures. I like these. These are neat. They're definitely not falling over on you or breaking. It's just, this one is Chef Deadpool in a little case. That is very cool. I like these. What is this? This is by originalminis.com. Obviously, it's Marvel branded. The chef one wasn't the chase. I'm interested to see what the chase is, but there's all the different ones. This was Deadpool 3, so the chef one. I might get a few more of these because this is a hot little figure. I like these. These look very cool. And I mean, they're made for display, right? Bam, you put them up on your shelf, you're done. Collecting them all, that would make a nice little collection. So I'm going to look for these and see if I can find these. So I'll just go to the website and see where they sell them. So that's a nice item. That's a home run for me. All right, we've got a shirt. Looks like a South Park shirt, which is why they included South Park in the magazine. Very cool. This is a Coon and Friends shirt. We've got Coon and Friends. Very cool colors. I like the blue of the shirt going along with the lighter blue of the design. So that's cool. I like this. I like this a lot. Let's get it a little bit closer so you can kind of see it. There's all the boys. And kind of breaking out of a glass window looks like there. Very cool. I like that shirt a lot. South Park branded. You know, it's not a knockoff. Nice quality shirt. I like it. Love getting shirts. Alright. Now here's where we get into fandoms I don't care that much about, but the item's pretty cool anyway. It's a Geek Fuel exclusive. And looks like a carpet. Like a rug. It says Hidden Staircase. I think this is kind of a knockoff. It's supposed to be, I'm assuming, Legend of Zelda-ish, but it doesn't say it anywhere. So it's not, I say knockoff, but what I mean is a non-licensed item that a lot of these boxes do to kind of get around licensing fees and things like that. It's a bath mat. With the staircase. Pretty cool. I mean, you don't get bath mats very often. So that's an interesting thing to include. One of the things that I appreciate that boxes do is when they put in quality usable items, this definitely qualifies, that are unique and different. You know, when was the last time you got a bath mat in a subscription box, right? A lot of people scoff at that, say, oh, you're kidding me? But, again, it's different and it's unique, so I can't complain about that. I actually like that. One thing that Geek Fuel's been doing lately is including pins and kind of pins from their own brand for pin collectors. So in this case, this from the Epic Enamels company, but they're made for Geek Fuel, and they're meant to kind of represent those old vintage action figures from Kenner from the 70s, you know, those Star Wars ones or the other ones, but they're made to look like that. This one is Epic Enamels Turtles Edition. So you see nowhere on there does it say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's not, you know, it's not licensed that way, right? It's supposed to represent them. You know exactly what it is. And it's a pretty cool pin. This one actually has 5 different variants, and you can probably guess all 4 of the turtles are variants. So those are your commons, quote unquote, and then you have a 500 limited shredder. So yeah, you know, it's unlicensed, but they can get away with naming them. You know, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, Shredder, because those aren't necessarily copyrighted like that. So again, it's actually made by Geek Fuel, so they're making their own pins, and obviously I got Raphael there, but I like that there's 5 different ones, and then coming soon, another edition. So they'll be doing this in another box here pretty soon. Turtles 2. So again, if you're a pin collector, you like getting pins you can't get anywhere else, well guess what? You can't get it anywhere else except for Geek Fuel. I'm not big on the pins. At first I was very kind of, oh, it's a knockoff, it's a rip-off, you know, blah, 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 but they're actually pretty quality. I mean, at least they look really good, and you know what they're supposed to be, right? So I dig these pins. These are actually really nice to give away too, but they've got, you know, they've got that collectible backing, like where you wouldn't want to take this out necessarily and display it like outside of the package. So very cool. I like the pins. All right, and then Geek Fuel is one of the few boxes that does a book, but they also do a spoiler card. So let's look at the spoiler card. It's got pretty much what you would expect. The different 5 variants of the pin, the Deadpool domes, I guess that's called. So that's cool. Collectible minis. Hidden staircase floor mat. I called it a bath mat. It's got kind of a rubber bottom to it. But it's, I mean, it's made to be a mat for outside the bathtub. And then the Steam game is on there. And then they talk about the shirt on the other side. So, very cool. I like this box a lot. I mean, it seems like such a little thing, but I love this little figure. It's so cool and well put together and clean, and it just looks great. I like the dome idea. There's a Z on the top. I'm not sure why. But it almost looks like, I don't even know if that's a Z, but it almost looks like, yeah, they do. They stack. So there's that. And then the thing on the top, another one would fit right on top of it. So these are stackable as well. So very nice. I'm going to get some more of these because I like these a lot. The pin is cool. Love me some turtles. Floor mat, again, very different, right? It's definitely a practical item and can be very useful. Shirt looks great. Love the South Park Fractured But Whole game coming out very soon. The game, okay, I don't really count it, but we'll check it out. And that's pretty much it. I like this box. I'm going to give this box a... I'm going to give this box an A. I know I give a lot of A's lately, but they did a really good job with this one. I really like this box. For $20 some odd, it's really not. I mean, I think it's $26.90 or something like that. And if you get an ongoing subscription, like a 3-month or a 6-month, it gets pretty low. It gets down to like $20 a box, and it's definitely worth that much. So value's there. The coolness factor is there. The uniqueness factor is there. So that's why I'm giving it an A. There's really not an item I don't like. I mean, I guess you could say that, but I'm always going to get that, and I know I'm always going to get that. So that doesn't bother me too much anymore. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Throw this video a like if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button. As always, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram to see more Mac content there. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.